I'm not in work today. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and me and Ryan are heading over to Belgium to go to Ciney Truckshow. We've just made a quick pit stop to get some fuel and Ryan's just checking the air in his tyres. So to make a nice change, I am actually a passenger in a vehicle. We're heading for the Eurotunnel, which will take us about 4 hours. We got to Folkestone a little bit early and there was a massive queue. Unfortunately, there was a 2-hour delay, which apparently is very rare. But eventually we boarded the train. We drove through France and into Belgium. And not long after we passed the border for Belgium, we made a quick pit stop. Because of the 2-hour delay at the Eurotunnel, we are now pushing our time to get there before the British trucks turn up so that I can film them on the way in. We've seen Fred Parker in a stop just on the French-Belgian border, and I've just spoken to Jacko, who is with Ryan Gorrit with the big yellow crane lorry. They're around Brussels at the moment. We are just ahead of them, so hopefully we can get there, get set up and film them all coming in. We did manage to make it before everybody else got there, and we even managed to get a good spot in the cafe where all the trucks come up through.
Right.
Did you just do something?
Yep. Might have been wetty as well.
Jacko was a passenger in the convoy and he sent me this video to let me know that they were on their way. And in the meantime, we just soaked up the atmosphere as the trucks came through. It's a hive of activity outside the exhibition centre. There are a lot of trucks in and out of the site and a lot of showboating for the truck spotters, most of which who would have been out here all day, just trying to get the perfect shot on their cameras. And it kind of reminds me of Bridgewater Carnival without the tiredness, the cold, the stress and things going wrong. But the similarities are that everybody's out getting a sneak peek of what they might see in the show. Also, seeing a vehicle coming towards you and moving can sometimes create a different feeling than when you just see it stood still. Then I see a familiar truck coming towards me. It's Chris Bradford's Volvo, and this is the first time he has been to Ciney. I think I would also look that happy if I had my own truck and I managed to get into Ciney. Just behind him is Ruud Timmerman. He is based in Holland and he's come over for Devon Truck Show with his truck in the last 2 years. Daz Trans is also a UK-based company and this is not their first time at Ciney. Then we've got the best from the southwest, and once again there are 2 from Steve Wills. This Jeffrey one could not be more Cornish if it tried. There's a whole team of them that come across to make sure these lorries are perfectly pristine. It's just a shame they can't get their jam and their cream the right way round. Next we have John Parker's 142. Unfortunately, Fred didn't make it back to the UK until later this evening because of his day-to-day work transporting horses all across Europe. But fortunately, a good mate of his, Lee Herbert, brought it over for him. And Lee Herbert is followed in by his son, Josh Herbert. They organise Retro Truck Show at Gaydon and it's a really lovely show to go to. Next we have Ken Thomas's F10, and I'm proud to say I have had the honour of driving this one before. It's an absolutely beautiful, well looked after truck and runs like a dream. Today it's being driven in by Gary Late. Next we have a truck spotter's favourite. This Philip Judge Beauty is now driven by Paul on a daily basis around Europe. And of course he's loaded because the job never stops for a show. Next along is the bulk transfer bullnose, and of course if you had a truck like this you would put on a show for the audience. Next we have Linda's stunning Scania 770. I've come out to film the trucks coming in, and Ryan over here is still in the bar. Next in is back to the old school's Jurien van der Hart with his classic 144, followed in by everybody's favourite Irishman, Glenn Chambers. Although eyes aren't on him for long because somebody's making a big noise coming up the road. It's the 2 little Devonshire dumplings, Ryan and Jack. Straight away, we're treated to another 4 Series bullnose. The owner, Nick, shares his passion for trucks with his son, and his son, Tommy, also makes YouTube videos. One day, I think he could be extremely successful at it. They've also brought the next gen over, and once again, this is a company that doesn't stop the work for shows. Next in is my mate Nipper, driving Ken Thomas's left-hand drive 143 and pulling his own live-in trailer, because Nipper style means to never have to slum it. He's followed in by Ken Thomas's F16, driven by John Thomas himself. Ciney Truck Show is prestigious because it handpicks the very best trucks in Europe. For your truck to be invited along to Ciney, it's like winning a trophy in itself. The standard is so incredibly high, it almost doesn't feel real. William Pringle lets everybody know that he's coming in his WR International Truck Sales truck. He's swiftly followed in by David Gatella, making a stunning entrance in his stunning truck. Unfortunately, I did miss a couple of the British trucks that turned up early, but I did see Philip Judge come in. He wasn't showing, but he was here to show his support. Philip never sticks around for long because there's always work to do. After that, we head to the B&B to drop our stuff off and settle in before heading out for some steak tonight. We didn't go to this steakhouse last year, but I'm so glad that we did this year. It was such a great atmosphere, with so many brilliant people from the trucking community. The steaks come out raw on hot stones and you cook the steak yourself, which is the first time I have been to a restaurant and had to cook my own food. Because Ryan's had a drink, I am now designated driver, and I give a few of the lads a lift back to their trucks, as the steakhouse is around 15 minutes away. We were going to stick around for a bit of a social, but on the way back it absolutely poured down with rain, thunder and lightning. So instead we decided to head back to the B&B at a sensible hour and make the most of tomorrow. We're back in our lovely room now after a brilliant night. We need to be up early in the morning, so we're going to get a decent night's sleep. We get back down to the entrance quite early, and there are already a lot of people waiting for the gates to open. And as soon as they open, everyone is eager to get into the show. We met the truck spotters, corner catches and UK truck spotting in the queue, and we also met a lovely Scottish couple called Beth and Daniel.
Well, here's you want more. Well, between the four of us, you, me, Sam and Mickey, we put in, between the prep and one and this, about 90 man hours.
It's crazy, isn't it? And this is just for one show.
And we have to do that, like when we get home on a Friday evening and we leave for the boat at 5 o'clock on a Sunday, so we can't afford to stop, so as much as we can.
Keep going. Seasons.
Hello. You alright?
All is good? All is good?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, we go eating.
We have our breakfast, lunch, everything now. We go eating and then.
Yeah, we'll come back later. Yeah, you have it. Yeah, definitely. Oh, right. I'm sure most people will relate to what Ryan's about to say now. Ryan is very supportive of me, but he's just not into trucks like I am.
You know what, I'm getting so bored.
Oh, sorry. You said that on camera. Yeah. I know, I'm
bored.
Should we do that then? If you're bored, we'll get you a bit after.
We do go walk round, and if you start talking to someone and I get bored,
If you do. We've joined the queue for Truck Junkie, and this is the only place that you can get Ciney merch. You can only buy it here, you cannot buy it online, so we are going to queue for it. Once again, the queue is massive because the Truck Junkie merch is so popular. The queue goes all the way up and comes back down again. Got our t-shirts. Somewhere between buying the merch and being out here, I lost part of my microphone. So unfortunately, the next bit has no sound at all, which I'm really gutted about, because when you see who I seen, you will know exactly why I'm gutted. And there he is, Mr. Ian McLean, aka Nipper. And obviously he hasn't spotted me because he's too busy looking at trucks. But we did have a lovely chat. And if you haven't watched Nipper's channel, you really should go and have a look. Nipper's main job is to restore old trucks. Anyone can shout about V8s, wear the right clothes and drink the right drinks, but then you have people like Nipper who has built up their knowledge over years of dedication to the industry. This is why people like him have real, genuine respect. He also persuaded us that it was about time that we went to the bar. And despite not getting any more filming done, we had an absolutely wonderful afternoon. And although Ryan is not into trucks, he is quite into going to the bar, so Nipper's suggestion made him very happy. We also made plans to go to a different steakhouse that was just down the road, although I did opt for a burger after I felt like I had too much steak last night. It was definitely needed after a lovely afternoon like we'd had.
Put that on your TikTok, Cracker Jack.
After that, we headed back to the show for the fireworks that happen on the Saturday night. The atmosphere is brilliant and everybody has got their lights on. Once the fireworks and the horn blasting was finished, I didn't get too much time to have a look at the trucks lit up, as once again it started pouring down with rain, and we decided it was best to head back to the B&B. Day 2 of Ciney. We're going to go for breakfast, we're going to get some fuel for the car so that when the show is finished we can just get on and get to the train, because Ryan has to work tomorrow, so I'll be driving back and Ryan will probably be sleeping. And we're also going to stock up on some Dupla. I had a lovely breakfast in the cafe over the road from the show, but Ryan wasn't feeling too well this morning. I ended up leaving him in the car to have a little sleep, whilst I went and looked round the show. At the entrance they have a large number of truck models for sale. I even spotted my favourite Coles Custom truck. Today I've decided I'm going to have a good look around the trucks inside. Maybe even pick out my favourite truck and see if that matches up with the winner of the show. This one of Felix Salter's had quite a few interesting details on it. It had a lovely interior with a Louis Vuitton seatbelt. It's also had the door handles removed to give the smooth effect, and to open the door you pull this little cord from underneath. And being a young lad, he's got a minibar in the side locker. On another truck I've seen some next gen visor lights cut into the grille. This one is in Joy Driving's new DAF. These guys are from Italy and they have gone for an American style drive-through theme. And they've put the same amount of care into this one as their Scania who won the show last year. One of the trucks that really stood out in the arena was Muller's Indiana Jones truck. I watched Indiana Jones a lot as a child. Whenever one of the films was on TV, Mum and Dad would have to record it on a VHS because it was one of my sister's favourites, as she'd watched the previous one so much it had gone fuzzy. Just looking around this truck you can see how much work went into it, and the thought processes of really depicting the films and transferring it onto the truck. And I wonder if they picked hexagonal lights to represent one of the challenges they faced with the lettered stepping stones on the quest for the Holy Grail on the Last Crusade. They have even detailed inside of the light fittings. They really haven't left any stone unturned when depicting the theme. They haven't stopped at the outside either. The inside is just as in keeping with the theme of Indiana Jones. Even the steering wheel has a crest on it instead of the Scania badge, and it just shows what can be achieved when thinking outside of the box. This is the newest one from Andreas Nittenberg. As a company, I've always enjoyed their style, and this one being no exception, although I still think my favourite is the green one that they have. This one is very subtly extra and has a touch of class, and it even has a Louis Vuitton interior. This Madeleine Transport one also stands out for its subtle detail. The paintwork has a fine holographic finish to it, but what I find most amazing is this beautifully brave, smooth white catwalk with the understated caption "working class" above it. And having a catwalk like that would definitely be a lot of hard work. And to match the classy exterior, they also have a classy interior. This truck is definitely worth a mention as one of the ones that stood out. Unfortunately, the lights went on when I came round to film, but the rows in the middle lit up and glowed beautifully. Once again, it was one of those subtly stunning trucks, but I think one thing that stood out was that the airbrushing was incredible. And I love the fact that the design filled the space and went all the way out to the edge. One of my biggest bugbears with airbrushing is sometimes it can just stop and leave a big gap, almost like it's stuck on like a sticker and doesn't belong to the truck. As I'm stood here filming, notice some people who are possibly judges looking around BH Cecil, and I'm pretty sure they will never find a speck of dirt on one of Paul's trucks when it's in show condition. This is the new one on the fleet and has taken a huge amount of time to design, plan and build, and depicts the local culture of fishing along the Severn in the old-fashioned way that it used to be done. And of course, there's a full classy interior to match. This flower one has been out for a couple of years now, but to me it still stands out from the crowd. There is so much detail on this truck and truly depicts Prince as a person and as an artist. A lot of the things on this truck are bespoke and cannot just be bought off of the shelf, and it takes a lot of dedication to source things like these. And even the interior gives you that sassy, dreamy vibe. This one is definitely still in my top favourite trucks, mainly because of how bespoke it is. After walking round all of these trucks for the last 2 days, I still do not know which one to pick as my winner. I have a few favourites, but all for different reasons. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it's time for the real results, starting with a trophy for Ken Thomas and that lovely little F10. And that wasn't the only Ken Thomas truck that got an award. We weren't 100% sure what all the awards were for, as we were in Belgium, so obviously they wouldn't be read out in English. Winning trucks did come up on the screen on the left-hand side. There was yet another award for Ryan Gorra at Ciney. My German friends Heinrichs also won a trophy. It was nice to see quite a few of the British trucks winning trophies and the support that they were given. Lastly, they awarded the trophy for the overall winner of the show, which went to Andreas Nittenberg's new one. I was a little bit worried for him carrying all that down the stairs. After that, everyone races outside to see all the trucks leaving the show. Hundreds of people line the streets on the roads that the trucks leave on. I've had an absolutely fantastic weekend, and if I could sum it up in one word, the word I would use is inspired. I always think about if I had my own truck, how I would style my own. And it's shows like these that gives you the inspiration to think outside of the box and to think of all those little changes you could make to make it completely unique. Although it's probably a good thing that I don't have my own, because between trucking and carnival and my own artistic creativeness, I would end up giving myself a huge amount of work. And that's not to mention how much it would probably cost me. But one thing I can definitely do is dream about it. Is there anything that has stood out to you at this show? And what would you pick on your truck if you could have one and could style it just the way you wanted it? on our way back now on the train, and we have had a fantastic weekend. Ryan's passed out asleep. He's actually not been too well today, bless him. Unfortunately, we missed a few of the trucks coming out because they were down taking photos, and it was getting to the point where we had to rush for the train. But we did actually make the last train for today, and we should make it home in good time. I reckon we'll be home by about 3 in the morning. We've seen everything we wanted to see, and I think it's just one show that will never stop to amaze you. And I'll leave you with the overall winner of Ciney. We managed to get home just before 3 o'clock in the morning, and Ryan definitely wasn't making a big deal about being poorly. By Tuesday, he got rushed into hospital with pneumonia, and after a strong course of antibiotics, he is feeling a lot better. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and thank you for watching.